Dumelang bagaetsho, I'm Dabogodi Tinti. Welcome to Time with Tea, and thank you so much for choosing to spend time with me. So as I was settling in Golefetlong, one of my biggest concerns was my career and making a living. And I was told that, you can work. Those who have regular jobs still went to work. Aquarius went on to make a number of examples of people who initiated while carrying on with their careers. But then my thing was, my main concern was we can't have cell phones, and without a cell phone you can't work. And with Agenda, it was such a get in touch with people type of movement. It still is that, and I was aiding victims and survivors of gender-based violence. I was doing workshops, I was doing conferences, I was out there getting my movement on, and I needed to speak to people on a daily basis. And she's like, no, that's fine, you can have your phone a couple of hours a day, you can be able to do your work, and then you will be able to continue with that. Okay, cool and well. The first month, like I said, it's going seemingly well. And then, just like that, one morning, I wake up, things changed. And, well, I was woken up. And then things were changing. 3 o'clock, vuga oshanyela ing bana bamba bereka wena o robetse. And I'm like, well, hold on now, Aquarius. I was told that I could sleep. I wasn't told that my 3 o'clock a.m. shift has begun. Now, what is with this abrupt thing, and what's with the attitude? Like, why are you talking to me like this? Another thing about me is that I like things that make sense, and if I don't understand something, I will ask. If I'm curious, I will inquire. I just want to always be in the know. I'm not rude, I'm not disrespectful, I just want to know. But then that was a place where nobody is questioned for anything, about anything. If you are told that this is how things are gonna be, then things are gonna be like that. Nobody owes you an explanation, and when you ask questions, then you deem yourself as a know-it-all, and trust me, the punishment that comes after that, just thinking about it now still sends chills up my spine. But I will get into some sort of some kind of punishments that I did receive during my stay. And one at the top, one that really I did not understand was the starvation. We would get starved quite a lot, and I think that's why I'm on a seafood diet now. When I see food, I eat. That's a seafood diet, because for a long time, in a period of my life, I was deprived of food, and we would have to pay monthly grocery fees, like 400 rand at the time when I was there in 2013, 2014. You pay 400 rand ka kgwedi for dijo. And there was a time when there was 6 of us, there was a time when there was 8 of us, there was a time when there was 4 of us, there was a time when there was 5 of us. So the number kept going like this, because some were coming and going, some were running away, some were graduating. Well, graduating using the term very, very loosely, but yeah. So we would get starved, and when the beatings started, they did not stop. We would get whipped. A week didn't go by without a whooping, sometimes multiple times a week. We would get whooped. And I wish that I can stand here and give valid reasons why we would get whooped, but they don't seem to come to mind at the moment. Because I remember on some occasions we would get whooped because we were supposed to start cooking at 4 and we started at 5. There was a time we got whooped because we didn't have water in the yard, and with permission. there was a time we got whooped because na tshwanetse re practice go gita, and we didn't because we had sewing to do. There was a time we get whooped because somebody missed a step. So when somebody's missing a step, it means we all suffer. Sifarang vonye, she used to say, Aquarius used to say. Sifarang vonye, I'm not even sure if I'm saying the term correctly, but I understand that it meant inja one, inja all type of thing. We would get whooped because it would be a Sunday morning and then we are busy cleaning, and by the time people start coming in for church, we are not done getting dressed. I remember I got whooped this one time because, so when you're there at initiation, old initiates who have come and allegedly completed their course would come visit, if you were, alumnus. And one of them asked me for a box of matches. And I went to the room and I opened up my cupboard, and then I took out the box of matches and they were sitting outside. I went there, I kneel, I hand them a box of matches, and then I go back to the room. I was whooped because why am I giving an older male initiate a box of matches? Like, he asked for it. And why am I talking to them? I don't remember receiving a whooping that I can make sense of. I absolutely do not remember. What I do remember is that there was a time when I remember it was late at night because it was dark. I'm not sure what time it was, but I know it was dark. And we were practicing Hogita. I hated it. Something that is supposed to be so much fun and bring so much joy can become something that you loathe. I hated it because of what she turned it into. So we were practicing and I missed a step. I missed a step because I got dizzy. And I got dizzy because we hadn't eaten, I think, in 2 days. We were living on water. And she beat me up so badly. Kakubu, mvubu. Shambok, I don't know what you call it in your language. At some point, I could feel my skin rip. Like, I could feel my skin tear, and I would hear this shwa, shwa. And I think I just blocked it out. It went on for so long that I blacked it out. I blanked out or whatever. Something like that. And she got tired. Her hands were getting tired, and she turned the jambok around and held it by the thin end and started hitting me with the thick end. And I remember it hit me like across my face like this, just by my eye. And she saw like splits, like squirts of blood. And that's when she stopped. And when she stopped, she continued to yell at me. And then on some hamba no lala bukok, hamba no lala. And then I went into the room and I asked one of the initiates. I said, just put some oil on me. Just, as part of my toiletries, I had bar oil, and that's just put some oil on me. But I remember the pain.